The phone buzzed once on the kitchen counter, a small, ordinary vibration that sounded like a gunshot in the silence. I was elbow-deep in dishwater, trying to scrub away the burnt garlic from dinner, when the screen lit up with her name. Sarah read heart. The heart emoji looked childish now, almost obscene. Going on a trip with my boss. Leaving tonight. Back Sunday. Love you. 10 minutes. That was all it took for the last 8 years to crack open like an egg. I stared at the words until they stopped making sense. Trip. With Ethan Coldwell. The same Ethan who'd been texting her at 2 a.m. for urgent client revisions. The same Ethan whose name made her cheeks flush when it popped up on her phone during movie nights. The same Ethan she swore was just intense about work. My hands were still wet. I dried them on a dish towel that smelled like lemon and the lasagna we'd eaten 2 hours earlier, back when the world still had edges I recognized. Then I opened the message again, as if rereading it might rearrange the letters into something harmless. Didn't. I typed back, thumbs shaking. Which client? Where? 3 dots appeared. Vanished. Peered again. Vanished. Waited. The refrigerator hummed. Somewhere down the block, a dog barked itself hoarse. Then. Miami. New pitch. Don't worry, it's all above board. I'll call when I land. Above board. The phrase sat in my stomach like spoiled milk. I set the phone down and walked in circles around the kitchen island, the same 3 steps over and over like a dog chained to a stake. My pulse thudded in my ears. I told myself this was nothing. Married people travel with colleagues all the time. Sarah had always been ambitious. Fiercely, beautifully ambitious. That was the woman I fell in love with at 26. The one who stayed up until dawn perfecting pitch decks while I brought her coffee and kissed the ink smudges on her fingers. But Miami. Tonight. No warning. I opened her laptop on the counter. She never logged out of anything, trusted me completely. The betrayal of that trust hadn't hit me yet. I was still in survival mode, gathering intel like a soldier before a war he doesn't want. Her calendar was open. Friday through Sunday. Blocked out in crimson. Off-site EC. No location. No details. Just those 2 initials glowing like a brand. B. Ethan fucking Coldwell. I clicked into her email. Thousands of messages. A digital fossil record of our life together. I scrolled too fast, eyes blurring. Then I saw it. A thread from 3 weeks ago titled, Rooming Logistics. My lungs forgot how to work. Hey team. Ethan here. Bad news. Hotel overbooked because of the yacht show. They can only guarantee 1 suite now instead of 2 doubles. Sarah and I will take it, king bed plus pull-out. The rest of you are confirmed at the Hilton across the street. Let me know if anyone wants to swap. Below it, Sarah's reply. Works for me. Thanks for handling, E. She called him E now. I sat down hard on a bar stool. The room tilted. I could hear my own breathing, ragged and wet. The king bed part looped in my skull like a gif I couldn't close. King bed. Plop. Works for me. I don't know how long I sat there. Minutes, maybe an hour. Staring at the screen until the words burned after images into my retinas. At some point I became aware of the suitcase. It was in the hallway, half-packed, zipper yawning open like a mouth. I'd watched her pack it an hour ago, laughing about how she always forgot socks. I'd kissed her neck and told her to have a safe flight, clueless idiot that I was. I knelt beside it now. Her favorite black dress, the one that hugged her hips like it was tailored by the devil himself, lay folded on top. Next to it, the red lace bra and matching thong I'd bought her for our anniversary. The one she said made her feel dangerous. Dangerous. My fingers brushed the lace and I felt something inside me tear. A slow, wet rip I didn't know a heart could make. That's when the second text came. Unknown number. Photo. Sarah and Ethan in the back of a black town car. Her head on his shoulder. His lips pressed to her temple. Her eyes closed, mouth curved in a private smile I hadn't seen in months. Below it. She left her phone in the lounge. Thought you should know where your wife really is. I zoomed in until the pixels blurred. The timestamp was 17 minutes ago. Where? Terminal 5. They hadn't even left the ground yet. Called her. Straight to voicemail. Bright, chipper Sarah telling me to have a great day. Called again. Again. On the 5th try it rang twice before going dead. She'd turned it off. The silence that followed was worse than screaming. I stood up slowly like an old man. My legs didn't feel attached to my body. I walked to the bedroom, our bedroom, and opened her nightstand. Inside was the velvet box I'd hidden there 3 weeks ago. I'd planned to surprise her in Miami, fly down Saturday, book a better room, take her to the beach at sunset and get on one knee again. 10-year vow renewal. Stupid, sentimental romantic that I am. The ring glittered up at me like it was laughing. I closed the box and slipped it into my pocket. Then I did the thing I'm not proud of. I opened the Find My app. We'd turned on location sharing years ago. In case one of us gets murdered, we'd joked. Her little blue dot pulsed at O'Hare, moving slowly toward the international gates. I grabbed my keys. The drive to the airport is a blur of red lights and rage. I don't remember stopping at signs or changing lanes. I just remember the ring box burning a hole in my pocket and the photo of her smiling against his mouth looping behind my eyes like a horror reel. I parked illegally in the departures lane and ran. People parted around me like I was on fire. Maybe I was. Terminal 5. Miami flights. I scanned the boards. American Airlines. Gate M12. Boarding in 20 minutes. I sprinted. I saw them before they saw me. They were standing at the gate, backs to me. Ethan's hand rested low on her waist. Fingers splayed possessively over the fabric of that black dress. She was laughing at something he whispered. Her hair was down, loose waves I used to wrap around my fist when we made love. He leaned in and kissed her slow and deep, right there in front of God and everyone. She kissed him back like she was starving. I stopped 10 feet away, chest heaving. The ring box cut into my palm. Sarah pulled back first. Her eyes found mine across the terminal. The smile died on her face like someone flipped a switch. David. Her voice cracked. She took one involuntary step toward me, then stopped, caught between worlds. Ethan turned. His expression flickered, surprise, then something colder. Assessment. I couldn't speak. My throat was full of broken glass. Sarah walked toward me, heels clicking too loud on the tile. Baby, this isn't. Don't. The word came out ragged. Don't you dare. Behind her, Ethan stayed where he was, hands in his pockets, watching like this was a boardroom negotiation he'd already won. Sarah reached for me. I stepped back. Her hand hung in the air between us, trembling. How long? I asked. She swallowed. Tears welled fast, spilling over. 6 months. 6 months. Half a year of lies stacked like bricks until the wall was too high to see over. The trip. My voice sounded foreign. This whole weekend. She closed her eyes. Nodded. I looked past her to Ethan. He met my gaze without flinching. I pulled the ring box from my pocket and opened it. The diamond caught the fluorescent lights and threw tiny knives of light across her face. I was coming to Miami to do this, I said quietly. To ask you to marry me again. Thought we needed a reset. Sarah made a sound like a wounded animal. I turned the box upside down. The ring fell, bounced once, rolled in a lazy circle, and came to rest against the toe of her shoe. Then I walked away. I didn't run. I didn't look back. I just walked through the terminal, past families hugging goodbye, past couples kissing hello, past a life that no longer existed. Behind me I heard her scream my name once. Raw, broken, final. Kept walking. Outside, the November wind hit my face like cold water. I stood on the curb and realized I was crying, big ugly sobs that bent me over. Skycap asked if I was okay. I couldn't answer. My phone buzzed in my pocket. I almost threw it into traffic. Instead I looked. A new message from Sarah. One line. I'm so sorry. I still love you. I stared at those words until they blurred. Then I turned the phone off, got in my car, and drove home to a house that already smelled like someone else's life. The ring stayed on the airport floor. I never went back for it.